Alright gamers, welcome to another episode of Cracked. Guys, today we're going to be looking at another good old Innistrad Midnight Hunt because whenever you do a draft, you typically use 3 packs, right? And if you're doing sealed, then you do 6 packs. Of course, you don't have a pick 1 necessarily in sealed, you have the whole pack. So, again. But if you're doing draft, you're going to be opening multiple of the same set, typically, unless you're doing a chaos draft. Which, oh god, I want to do a chaos draft so bad. But also, if I tried to do only one of each pack, then it wouldn't be too much of a series for very long. So expect repeating packs, especially whatever's in standard, because, that's what's available easily. So, all right, we're going to jump right into it and see what we got here. We got a beautiful Howl of the Hunt. And guys, we're going to go through, we're going to look at each card, we're going to talk about them a little bit. And we're going to see what our pack 1 is and what's a fun build-around card from this pack, potentially. 2 and a green for an enchantment aura, flash, enchant creature. An enchanted aura. An enchantment aura with flash. Interesting. When Howl of the Hunt enters the battlefield, if enchanted creature is a wolf or werewolf, untap that creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance. That's a solid little card, if you ask me. That seems really good. Abandon the Post for 1 and a red. We've got a sorcery with untap up to 2 target creatures. Oh, sorry, not untap. Up to 2 target creatures. Can't block this turn. And it's got flashback for 3 and a red. That sounds actually pretty solid. Okay. Geist Wave. 1 and a blue for an instant. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If you control that permanent, draw a card. Ooh, okay, see that gives me some fun ideas immediately. 2 mana, you bounce something back to your hand, and you get to draw a card if it's yours. That sounds good. Okay. Arrogant Outlaw, 2 and a black for a vampire noble. Whenever Arrogant Outlaw enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Heck yeah. That's a fun little card. I like that. Return to Nature, 1 and a green for an instant. Choose 1. Destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, and exile target card from a graveyard. Okay, not too bad. I like it. Celestis Sanctifier, 2 and a white for a human cleric. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as Celestis Sanctifier enters the battlefield. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your graveyard. And it's a 3/2. Okay, so some interesting graveyard synergy shenanigans. I like that. Have we got all 5 colors here? We do. Heck yeah. Next, we've got an Organ Hoarder for 3 and a blue. Zombie 3/2. When Organ Hoarder enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. More graveyard shenanigans. We love to see graveyard shenanigans. Homestead Courage for 1 white. You get a sorcery, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It gains vigilance until the end of turn, and it's got flashback for 1. Oh, I love that. Absolutely. That could be really, really useful. Holy cow. Okay. I love that art, man. Stolen Vitality. 1 and a red for an instant. Target creature gets +3/+1 until end of turn. If it's your turn, that creature gains trample until the end of turn. Otherwise, it gains first strike until the end of turn. Ooh, okay. That seems real good, too. Okay. Heck yeah. Then we've got a Bird Admirer, fellow Bird Admirer. 2 and a green for a human archer werewolf. Reach Daybound. And I'll let you guys pause it if you want to read what Daybound does. Basically, if it's not, or if it, it becomes daytime. And then, if no one casts a spell, then it becomes nighttime. Blammo. Wing Shredder. Oh, get that on camera here. It's got Reach and Nightbound. If a player casts 2 spells during their turn, then it turns back. It's a 3/5. Not bad at all. Heck yeah. And I believe Nightbound creatures, if it is night, then they enter as their Nightbound form. So that's really That can be really good depending on what you're doing. Loyal Griff, 2 and a white for a Hippogriff. Flash, flying. When Loyal Griff enters the battlefield, you may return another creature you control to its owner's hand. Okay. Again, I love bounce effects, and that is one. So, heck yeah. 2/2, Loyal Griff, not bad. Faithful Mending. You gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Flashback for 1, a white, and a blue. Okay, and it just costs a white and a blue normally. Yeah, that sounds really, really solid. And then we've got a Overwhelming Archivist. 2 and a blue for a human wizard. When Overwhelming Archivist enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Disturbed for 3 and a blue. You may cast a card from your graveyard. Transformed for its disturbed cost. And we're going to flip this off camera just to not spoil the rare. And I'm not looking at it either. It transforms into an Archive Haunt, which is a 2/1 flying creature with whenever Archive Haunt attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. If Archive Haunt would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. And our rare is the Briar Bridge Tracker. Okay. 2 and a green for a human scout with vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, investigate. Ooh, that creates a colorless clue artifact token where we can pay 2 sacrifices to draw a card. Not bad. As long as you control a token, Briar Bridge Tracker gets +2/+0. So when it enters the battlefield, it basically comes in as a 4/3. And, it, obviously you've got a clue, so that's pretty good. It's always good to have a clue. And then we've got a mountain. Beautiful mountain, too. I love those. Ooh, and that's a really cool little token there. Human token. And, day and night sort of placeholder. That is our pack. Okay. Someone is cutting grass outside my house. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but if you hear a rumbly sound or a brrr, it is because grass is being cut literally right outside my door. So, yeah. But, let's see. All right, so pack one, pick one. This one's actually a little tricky. Let's see. What would I do? I really like some of these. Let's see. That's a sorcery. Honestly, I like this as... hold on, let's get this other one back over here. I actually really like this card in general. It just seems like it could be really solid, so maybe something like this. Homestead Courage, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control against vigilance till the end of turn, flash it back for 1. I mean, that just seems really useful to me. It's 1 mana, it flashes back for 1 mana. Getting a permanent +1/+1 counter and then temporary vigilance, it seems pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what it does, right? It says put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, period. It gains vigilance until the end of turn. I'm assuming that means it keeps the 1/1 counter because it doesn't say target creature gains +1/+1 and vigilance until the end of turn. It says put a 1/1 counter. So pretty sure that means it's permanent, right? And again, flashback for 1. Don't mind if I do. It's just good, okay? And plus, I think there might even be a card in this set that has like flashback. So if you run that with this, then you're getting value, in my opinion. So this is probably my pick 1. Now, for build around card, I actually really like 2 of these cards. These 2 right here, and probably honestly for obvious reason. Let's try to get both of them on in view here. Let's see if we can do it in focus. Loyal Griff and Geist Wave, 2 and 3 mana respectively. One has flash flying and enters the battlefield, return another creature you control to its owner's hand. That's just good. It's just a bounce effect, and then the other return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand if you controlled that permanent draw card. To me, that just seems like easy, fun kind of build around. Maybe do a bounce deck. See what you can get with enter the battlefield triggers and sort of play around with that kind of stuff, See what kind of fun, interesting ideas you get from that. To me, this is literally all it takes is I'll see a couple of cards like this and I'm like, okay, that's a deck. Let's just see what else, works with it. What do I basically gain an advantage from bouncing back to my hand? Is there a leave the battlefield trigger? Something like that, and it enters the battlefield. Maybe I can get sort of like some double thing, something that enters and leaves and does something, And it doesn't have to be in standard. It doesn't have to be all in this set. It can be across Magic, however you want to do it, obviously. If you wanted to keep it to standard to sort of have more of a challenge, go for it. Or, maybe that's less of a challenge to you, depending on what you have access to. It's just fun, man. Just build some fun decks. But that's sort of my my thoughts. You guys can let me know in the comments below if sorry if I'm off mic there and you can't hear me very well. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. What would your pack 1 pick 1 be? Yeah, what do you guys think of this pack? Was it a good pack? All the usual stuff. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, consider subscribing, all that good junk, and I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.